Good morning, everyone. Sorry I'm late. I had an emergency this morning with Chloe. I was standing there at the microwave heating up my coffee because I was getting ready to come back here and do my stream. And I had some sausage I had fried this morning on a saucer, and I was holding it. I took it out of the microwave right so I could heat my coffee up. Chloe kept aggravating me for sausage. She had been all morning. Finally, I gave in to her, pinched her up a little bit, and I just continued. I fed her, and I was heating up my coffee at the same time. She got real quiet. She wasn't whimpering, aggravating me no more. And I looked down, and she looked weird. She acted like she wasn't breathing. She walked a couple steps and she just flopped over on her back and she was acting like a fish. Of course, I panicked and was hollering, "Help! Help me, Mark! Help me!" I thought she was dying. She was not breathing. I picked her up and put her on my shoulder and started hitting her on the back. Not hard, of course, because she's little bitty. She only weighs 10 pounds. Oh my goodness, y'all. I started crying. I told Mark, I was like, I gotta go tell them to give me 10 minutes to get myself together because I was crying and very upset. But, anyways, that's why I'm late. Let's say hello to everyone. Hey, Sapphire. Charlie Girl says, Shine on, Mike. Good morning, Misty. Cheryl Lynn, Natalie. Glad you made it this morning. Oh my God, I hope sweet Chloe is okay. She is, but Mark told me, Mike, he's like, it's the last one of these days she's going to stop breathing, and we cannot freak out. We cannot upset these other dogs and freak out. And he's saying that because I freak out. I can't help it, y'all. When I looked around and seen her just flop over on her back and just jerking, I freaked out and I hollered help. And when he got in there, I scolded the hell out of him because he didn't get there quick enough to suit me. But anyways, let's talk about some true crime because we got some juicy gossip this morning about Chris Watts. Hey, Red Rum, never lose hope. Hold on 1 second before we get started. The Colonel wants through the door. Hold on, Bubba. Goodness gracious, guys. Can I sit down? Come on. You're not coming back here to fight with Lady over food. Skylar's in your bed. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, these dogs are killing me. I need a vacation. Does anyone want me to come and visit them for a while? If you do, let me know because I'm running away from home for a week. I would be the same, Cece. Our dogs are our children. I know it. Hey, Cheryl T, I about missed you. The Colonel. Sapphire. Okay, so we're going to talk about Chris Watts this morning first. Then we're going to talk a little bit about Britney Spears. Then I'm going to give y'all an update about the 3-year-old little boy in New Jersey who was mauled to death by two pit bulls, actually. So hold on. Let's get to the Chris Watts crap here. So allegedly, Nicole Kessinger has been riding Chris Watts to prison. I don't know if she really has or not. I think it's all in his freaking sick, warped mind. Can we please take down some of these ads? I don't know why it's showing men's shirts for. I have not looked up any men's shirts. Okay, let's see. Mistress, from whom Chris Watts murdered his wife and children, is still in touch with him 3 years after changing her name and going into hiding. The mistress, who Chris Watts murdered his family to be with, is back in touch with him 3 years after changing her identity and disappearing. The killer has claimed from jail. This is all in his head, probably, y'all. Watts said his mistress, Nicole Kessinger, oops, I spelled her name wrong. Oh well. Nicole Kessinger wrote to him inside the Dodge Correctional Institute in Wisconsin under her new name. Fellow inmate David Carter revealed in an exclusive interview with DailyMail.com. Excuse me. He told me she said that she needed to speak to him to clear some things up, Carter said. He wouldn't tell me exactly what she said. Kessinger, 32, took on a new identity and moved from her home in Arvada, Colorado, after Watts was arrested for killing his pregnant wife Shanann and their 2 daughters Bella and Celeste in August 2018. He is currently serving 5 life sentences plus 48 years in prison without the possibility of parole. Okay, so here is the picture. Am I screen sharing? Crap. I forgot to screen share. Hold on a minute. I was trying to screen share. I want to show you all this guy's picture. Okay. So here's this inmate, David Carter, and he's holding a letter that Chris Watts wrote him. I bet Chris Watts won't be writing him anymore. We'll look at the rest of the pictures in a minute. Watts told pen pal Cheryl Cattle in 2019 that he was still in love with Kessinger and believed that some of the letters he received in prison were from her, writing under assumed names. Cheryl went on to write a book about their correspondence called Letters from Christopher. Now Carter has backed those claims that Kessinger does write to the man whose crimes shocked the nation, or at least that's what Watts believes she does. Carter was released from Dodge on February 27th. Said it was back in September of last year that Watts first told him Kessinger was writing to him. And Watts claimed that prison authorities discovered what was happening and punished him by suspending his email account, carefully monitoring all his mail. What a bunch of bullshit. We all know that he got in trouble because that weirdo, what's her name? Kim from that channel, what is it? Something. She was a Chris Watts. She used to talk to Chris Watts, right? She got in trouble, or he got in trouble because she recorded some of their phone conversations and uploaded it on her channel. Just like a little short voice clip. It said, "Do not watch Armchair Detective, only watch Kim if you want the facts," he said. Anyways, he got in trouble for that because people called the prison and reported it. And he got in trouble over some emails too with her, I think. So this is a lie. Okay, he wasn't supposed to have any contact with her, but she initiated it by writing to him. Wisconsin Department of Corrections spokesman John Beard said he could comment on Carter's claims. I guess that meant he couldn't comment. It's a typo. Kessinger and Watts both worked for the oil company Anadarko and met at work. Watts told her he was separated from his wife. When he eventually confessed to the murders, he told investigators it was because he wanted to be with her, Nicole. There was never any suspicion that Kessinger knew that he intended to kill his family, but she was inundated with hate mail despite believing their affair was just a harmless fling. She is still living in hiding more than 2.5 years after the murders. You know, it's funny that they really never investigated her. Usually, they would thoroughly investigate the mistress. Carter, 34, said Watts had told him that he killed Shanann because he didn't want to pay child support. He didn't want the son that she was expecting and feared his wife would take their house in Frederick, Colorado in a divorce. "I don't buy any of that, though," said Carter. Who was jailed for meth possession and for stealing money from his employers, the restaurant chain Arby's. So he worked at Arby's and he was stealing from them. "I couldn't ever kill my entire family just because I didn't want a child or didn't want to pay child support." Yeah, there is a such thing as signing over your parental rights so you don't have any responsibilities. A lot of pieces of shit do that. "I have a lot of things going on in my life, but I have never wanted to stop and kill my entire family because I wanted things to go my way." Watts killed his wife after she came home from a business trip in Arizona. He strangled her, then put her body and their 2 daughters in his truck, drove to the isolated oil storage tanks owned by Anadarko. He buried Shanann in a shallow grave, then smothered his 2 daughters and placed their bodies inside of the storage tanks. He told me he thought the oil would disintegrate their bodies, Carter told the DailyMail.com. That's exactly why I thought he put their bodies in there, because the oil may help the decomposition, make it decompose faster. For 2 days, Watts claimed that he had nothing to do with his family's disappearance. Went on television to plead for them to come home. After his arrest, he initially claimed that Shanann had killed the girls after he had told her he wanted a separation, and then he had strangled her in anger. At his trial, he pleaded guilty to avoid the death penalty, which has since been abolished in Colorado. Oh, they don't even have it anymore. Carter, who is now living in a halfway house in Green Bay, Wisconsin, said that Watts keeps pictures of his two daughters pinned up in his cell, but there are no pictures of Shanann, he added. Interesting. He told me he has nightmares every night, always the same, of his two girls standing in his cell playing catch. Oh, that's good for him. I hope they torment him. Watts was transferred to Dodge for his own safety after originally being incarcerated for his horrific crimes in Colorado. Since October, he has been sharing a cell with another child killer, Marcus, known as M.J. Johnson, who was sentenced to 40 years in 2015 for reckless homicide. He killed his girlfriend's 3-year-old son by dipping him in scalding hot water because he had soiled his pants. Seems like I remember that. At trial, Johnson said little Hunter Wise's death was an accident, and he hadn't tested the temperature of the water. Now, I call bullcrap on that because hot water, steam comes up from it. You can tell it's hot. Hunter's injuries also showed that he had been punched in the mouth and whipped. Look at that weirdo in that bikini. Their cell is about 6 feet by 8 feet, so it's not very big for two people, said Carter. But MJ and Chris get along real well, and they look out for each other. Chris sleeps on the bottom bunk, MJ on the top. Carter's cell was just across the hall. Chris gets a lot of death threats from other prisoners, and so does MJ because of what they both did. So they weren't able to put either of them in with just anyone. Watts had previously been in a single cell and was disciplined in July of last year after several of his possessions, including boxer shorts, lubrication, and baby oil, were found in his friend Dylan Tallman's cell. In an exclusive interview with DailyMail.com, Tallman's then-girlfriend, Krista Richella, insisted that the two men were not lovers. How the hell does she know? She ain't inside that damn cell. But Carter insists Watts and Tallman are having a relationship behind bars. Well, I mean, I kind of figured that. They are indeed lovers, he said. They definitely were having an intimate relationship. They spent all their time together, and officers told me they had evidence that they were in a relationship. Now, it's not uncommon for inmates to share commissary items. That happens a lot, but it is against the prison rules to do that. Okay, it says, Carter said that while he was behind bars, he filed a sexual harassment complaint against Tallman, who is serving time for burglary and drug offenses. So this Carter guy actually filed a sexual harassment complaint against Dylan Tallman, Chris Watts' big buddy. Dylan got Krista to send me $40 so I wouldn't pursue the complaint, but he didn't tell her what it was for. Richello did not respond to an email request for comment. So I guess she's no longer engaged to Dylan Tallman. Let me tell you something. This weirdo, Krista, whatever her name is, she was on the Armchair Detectives channel. She wrote to Chris Watts. Chris Watts didn't want anything to do with her, so he gave the letter to Dylan Tallman. Actually, I think they traded for a honey bun. Dylan gave Chris a honey bun for the letter, and that's how Dylan and Krista met. She conspired to do this. You know, she couldn't get Krista to write her back, so what was the next best thing? His cellmate, Dylan. I don't want to get into any drama, but I think that was set up. Armchair Detective and her set that up for her to write Chris, and so they could get, so the Armchair Detective could get info, right? Okay, let's see what else it says. Carter said women still send dozens of letters to Watts, often including money, 50% of which goes towards the $6 million that a judge ordered the killer to pay Shanann's parents, Frank and Sandy Ruschek, in a wrongful death lawsuit. I can never pronounce their last name. I don't know for sure, but I wouldn't be surprised if he receives up to $1,000 a week. Can y'all believe this? People sending him $1,000 a week? You weirdos. He gets a lot of mail, probably from 10 or 20 people a day. Most of it's from admirers, both men and women. He gets a lot of death threats, too. He gets letters from people wanting to marry him, strangers who don't even know him personally. They just send him money. He doesn't reply to many, and he passes some of the mail on to other inmates or other high-profile prisoners get sent money too, Carter said, naming killers like Brendan Dassey, Stephen Avery, who were featured in the 2015 Netflix docuseries Making a Murderer. Carter showed DailyMail.com a letter that Watts had sent him last July when Carter had been transferred to another prison in Wisconsin. It was full of biblical references. Chris had turned to God in a big way, he said. He spends a lot of time reading the Bible, and he's actually a very caring person. Let me tell y'all something. It makes me freaking sick to see him always quoting the Bible, writing out scriptures, talking like he's just this godly man. It makes me sick as hell. It really does. He is such a fake. Okay. Watts is working in the prison as a butcher, Carter said, cutting up meat for prison meals. They let that weirdo have a knife? When not working, he spends hours in the prison law library, where he is preparing an appeal. Dream on. Dream on. It's never going to happen. I think it's one of the things that keeps him going, said Carter. He seriously thinks he is going to get out one day, although everyone else knows he never will. He failed a lie detector. He admitted to police that he killed Shanann and the girls. He admitted it to his father. He admitted it to correction officers in Dodge. He admitted it to me, but he still says he was framed for the murders and that he wasn't home when it happened. Really? There's video evidence showing him leaving the house with the girls and the body. I mean, you can't actually see him load the body up, but we all know what happened. I believe he will stay in Dodge for the rest of his life. It's probably the safest place in the world for him. There is a lot of animosity towards him, and if he went to some other prison, he would probably be murdered real quick. Many of the officers in Dodge think he and Dylan Tommen are pieces of shit, but it's their job to protect them, and they do it well. Let's look at some of these pictures. Hold on, Bubby, I'll let you out. What in the hell did he see in Nicole Kessinger? She's just a plain Jane to me. I mean, she's nothing special. She had some, kind of a nice body in that bikini picture, but, there's a lot of us that don't look bad in a bikini. She ain't nothing special. So there's the letters that he sends him. Look at this mental note. Hold on, I'll read it to y'all. Let me let the colonel out. Here, Bubba. Quit grumping. Go on. Hey, Sissy. Come on, sweetheart. Come on. Come on. I call Chloe Sissy. Okay, so here's a mental note. Remember, stick somewhere. You're not alone. When was this wrote? December 6, 2019. So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous hand. Isaiah 41:10. Really? Really? He is so full of shit. I'm telling you, there's nothing wrong with reading the Bible and being religious. Don't get me wrong. But to see this son of a bitch talk about God, it makes me sick. It makes me sick after he murdered his pregnant wife and 2 little girls. It does. I believe this picture of Nicole Kessinger was taken in Shanann's house. Pretty sure that's their house. Look, she thinks she's hot shit. She's nothing. She's a plain Jane. Put some makeup on, lady. Liven yourself up a little bit. Look at Shanann compared to Nicole Kessinger. Actually, there's no comparison. Shanann is beautiful, classy lady. Great taste, bad taste in men. She had great taste in everything else. You know, when I look at these pictures of these little girls, it's hard to believe that they're gone. There was one picture I was looking at this morning. Cece just looked. You could just see how happy that little girl was in this picture. I don't know what I did with it. Maybe it's in this. Oh, it's this picture right here where they're all out front. Look how happy she is. Bella, too. But little Cece in her pigtails. As I was looking at this picture, I just thought to myself, I can't believe they're all dead. Look at how much life and light these two little girls had in them. And Shanann. Shanann's got great taste. I like the way that she dressed. I try to dress similar when I go out in public. Okay, so I need to look at the chat for a minute because I need to know what y'all are saying. It's not wanting to load right. Does my laptop need updated or something? No, that is Nicole's bargain basement low-life apartment. Oh, was it cement shoes? I always thought that picture was taken. My dogs keep opening up my doors, and I have no idea how I just closed it. Anyways, I thought that picture was taken in Shanann's house. Maybe that was just a rumor. Now, look, y'all. Now, y'all know good and well, as much information is out there about this case, that anybody could write to him and probably fool him into thinking that they were Nicole Kessinger. I mean, what would she need to talk to him about? Well, she want to ask him, did he really murder his family for her? I can answer that for her. Yes, he did. Would Chris eventually have murdered his family if it hadn't been for her? Used to, I didn't think so, but I do think so now. Yes, he would eventually have snapped just like John List did. And Chris Watts killed them all, and Nico. He admitted it and deserves to rot. Yeah, he's never getting out of prison. He took a plea deal. He has confessed to numerous people, the police, who else? Prison inmates, guards, authors, everybody, you name it. He's damn lucky he didn't get the death penalty. You know, I didn't know that they had already abolished the death penalty in Colorado until I was reading that article. When Chris was convicted, they still had the death penalty. Hold on one sec, guys. I got a cough. Okay, gosh, I gotta quit smoking. Oh, I have a super chat and didn't even see it. Where did it go? Thank you, Grandma Ducky, for the super sticker. Thank you. I almost missed it. It's not showing on my YouTube, but it's showing on my StreamYard. My girlfriend is evil. She was going to write him a letter pretending to be North Korea and talking about his huge car. Yeah, sure, car. That's what it was. Oh, my goodness. I could bet you my life that she is not writing him to prison. It's probably someone just trying to fool him. Can you believe he gets up to $1,000, if this is true, now this is hearsay, up to $1,000 a week from strangers? I've been enjoying Sandra's cooking channel, CC. Vicky, does she have a cooking channel? I didn't know that. We'll have to check out her cooking channel and promote it. They shouldn't even be allowed life after all they've done. And you know what? Chris Watts, he's got the perfect roommate in prison because his roommate scalded his girlfriend's little boy in hot water because he soiled his pants and beat on him. Isn't it funny how all these inmates, they get so damn, I shouldn't say damn because in this sense, but they get so godly. They get so godly when they've been cuffed and stuffed. And they know they're never going to see the light of day again. They always get jailhouse religion. There's nothing wrong with living a godly life. But it makes me sick to see Chris Watt try to do that. Because I know it's fake. It's probably, it's all he's got. And you know what? I hope he continues every night to be tormented by the ghosts of Bella and little Cece. That's his karma. I wonder what he's going to do when he realizes he's never getting out. And what the hell is he doing telling inmates he wasn't home when it happened? Who done it then? Is he going to try to blame it on North Korea? Nicole Kessinger? I spelt her name wrong in my title and thumbnail, but oh well. Yes, it's always fake, CC, yeah. Yes, you did miss the Chris Watts update. It's a crying shame. So this guy, I'll give you a little recap. This guy has came out. His name is David Carter. He was an inmate with Chris Watts. He has came out and said that Chris admitted to him that Nicole Kessinger still writes him in prison. He admitted that to him in September of 2020. Also, he gets up to $1,000 a week from strangers in the mail, which is taken from him and put towards the money he owes Shanann's parents, right? What else did they say? Oh, yeah, it's a crime shame. He said that Dylan Tallman, you remember Dylan Tallman, and Chris Watts were really lovers. Remember Chris Watts got in trouble because his boxers he gave to Dylan Tallman along with some baby oil, some lubrication, and some other items. And they were reprimanded for it. What, like last summer? I just don't get the fascination. It's lost on me. Well, I was fascinated with it up until, like, right when he got sentenced and all that, I was done with it. And I only talk about it when there's updates. I did broadcast, like, I submitted to the CBI for his second confession when the FBI visited him at Dodge, right? And they sent that to me, so I broadcast that live as soon as it was made available. But after that, I was done with the case. I only talk about it when there's something in the news. Because, like, there are so many channels. And you know, I'm not putting anybody down for what they want to do on their channel. But, like, there's some channels that's, like, solely dedicated to Chris Watts. Like, there's only so much you can talk about. And a lot of these channels, like, they try to twist the narrative. They come up with these theories and then they try to find evidence in the case to, like, back it up. And some of them are just so ridiculous. You know, I have learned, following true crime and just in life, sometimes the answer to things is something very simple. Sometimes it's not complicated. Now, we do have some cases where it's, like, crazy, like the Valos case, right? Unbelievable. But most of the time, it's just a simple answer. I saw Shanann online before she died with the Thrive stuff, so I followed her since they went missing. Oh my gosh, really? And they have 50K subs minimum. Like, yeah, see, she's like, and I don't get it. And a lot of these people are not nice. But I have come to learn here on YouTube, nice does not get you anything on YouTube. Well, it got me nice followers, nice chatters, and I've met nice people. But I'm just saying, like, with views is what I'm talking about. With views and stuff and subscribers, you have got to be mean, got to be controversial, and I am neither of the two. So I guess my channel's just going to stay like this. But you know what? I'm happy with it. For me, it was the tanks. Yeah, he purposely put those girls in those tanks. And I don't think it was really to keep them from Shanann, to keep, you know. I think he done it because he knew the oil would help the decomposition move quicker, you know. I agree, there's interesting issues. I'm not bashing. I just can't stay interested. No, I cannot stay focused on one case. You know, like, I'll follow cases like the Sarm Heslop disappearance. I may talk about her several days in a row if I find new little pieces of information online. But I don't cases that's been solved and stuff, and someone's already in prison. I don't like to just keep talking about them over and over and over and over again. That's so boring to me. I just don't get it. Like, Shanann's family, they have been through so much. They lost their daughter, their unborn grandson, their two granddaughters. So people on social media have been so mean and cruel to them. I think it's just time to quit talking about the case unless there's something in the news. Quit doing all these ridiculous videos and stuff. Just let this family move. Well, they're never going to be able to move on, but you know what I mean. Let them rest. Let them be able to grieve properly. Your channel is uplifting, CC. Don't change a thing, my friend. Oh, thank you, Cheryl T. Well, I am going to change a few things. I'm going to start being on, on my evening streams, try to be on camera and stuff. I know people get tired of looking at a picture. Now that I ain't embarrassed of my teeth and stuff, I should be on camera more. But we're going to start having some fun. We're going to do our true crime in the mornings, and then our evening streams this summer. We're just going to chat and have fun. I'm going to get us some more games to play. I'm going to take a look at Walmart and see what kind of, trivia stuff they have back there that we can play. Those channels have no class. It's sick. Yeah. You know what? I'd rather to have just the viewers that I have, not be, a big old channel, and have people to respect me, than have a bunch of people sitting there watching me, only so many of them chatting, the rest of them, hate watching me. I'd rather just be like I am now, I cry when I see Frankie. He's so sad. I see it in his face. Frankie is looking so good. He has put on some weight, and he is looking so good. I follow his channel. Summer with CC. Yeah, Charlie Girl says, I'm going to take y'all along when I'm laying out in the sun and everything. Y'all may not be able to see me in my bikini, but, I'm going to be laying out in the sun chatting with y'all. Are you going to stream the trial today, CC? I don't know, Sapphire. You know what? I just saw George Floyd. I believe it was his girlfriend testifying before I went live, and I was like, damn, I want to stand here and watch this, but I can't. I don't know. Should I? We didn't have that many viewers yesterday. We had a few people watch the replay. But we only had, as far as I could tell, 3 or 4 in chat. So I don't know. Top chat got me again. I mean, it's half the messages to that stupid live chat. I know it. Top chat only shows certain messages. Okay. So that was the Chris Watts update. Let's try to look at these letters and see what they say before we move on to Britney Spears. Who's behind me crying? Let's see what his letters say. I didn't get to look at them. I don't know if I can read them. When was this wrote? Is that a 7 or a 1? 7/23/20. Or is that January? I don't know. Hey, man, I hope this letter finds you in good health and growing in God's love, peace, and joy every day. He overdoes it with the God stuff. Here, Skylar, get out. Go on. Y'all, these dogs are killing me. Y'all can see, I can't sit down for 10 minutes without them wanting something. Okay. I honestly thought you would have been at Dodge by now, but all activities are delayed due to COVID-19. The institution is bringing people in, but I don't know at what rate. Visits just started back up with video capabilities with the Zoom app. So that will be good. It literally just got up and running, and I'm sure they will expand it once the staff sees how it works and the kinks get worked out. Also, he's just talking about that. Here's another one of his Jesus letters. Ask Jesus, must you believe that he will do it? You cannot say if you care or something. You must say, I know. Oh, if you can. You must say, I know you can. Don't let your faith be wavering like a wave tossed by the wind. Let your faith be like a pillar built for the temple of God. This story is in Mark chapter 5, verses 21 through 34. Jesus mercy. He just goes overboard with the the Bible thumping. And no offense to anyone that's Christian. I'm a Christian. I don't go to church all the time, but I pray and stuff. I hope I don't offend anybody, but it just makes me sick. Now, how many times have we seen on Snapped that they always get caught later on when they slip up? Give it time. Yeah. Anyways, enough about that weirdo. I'm sick of talking about him. I really can't talk about Chris Watts a lot. Um, I think, here's what I think about the case. I think Nicole Kessinger should have been investigated more. I don't know why, but they just treated her with, what do you call it? With gloves on, They just patted her pudding and everything. She lied to them. They caught her in lies. Nothing happened with her. I don't know why they really didn't investigate her. She looked up Shanann a year before the murders. She knew Chris was married. Shanann was all over social media. And as soon as her and Chris started going out, Nicole and Chris, she probably looked up Shanann again. She had to have known she was pregnant. The nerve of this woman to go to Shanann's house while she was out of town. The nerve of her makes me sick. Okay, what else are we going to talk about? Oh, Britney Spears. This will just be quick. I'm not going to read the whole article about Britney Spears. I'll just give y'all the rundowns of what's happening. Her dad wants her estate to pay his attorney bills. He wants his legal bills paid by Britney's estate. And these attorneys are to fight her in court over him being over her money and stuff. What do you call that? Conservatorship or something? Britney's dad seeks millions from her estate to cover his legal fees. I'll read just a little bit. Britney Spears' estranged father has asked a court to order her estate to pay his legal fees as he battles to keep control of the multi-million-dollar estate. So he wants her to pay his legal fees so he can battle her in court. What the crap? Jamie Spears has asked for nearly $300,000 to cover his $16,000 per month pay as a co-conservator of the estate and $2,000 per month for office rental from November 2019 to February 2021. Why does he need office rental? Why couldn't he done it in his house? Nearly $2 million of Jamie Spears' $3 million request is to pay his own lawyers. Well, up here it says $300,000, and down here it says $3 million. If approved by the judge, the money could come from Britney's estate, meaning she essentially would be paying her own father's lawyers to fight her in court. Jamie Spears took over control of his daughter's estate in February 2008 in the wake of her public breakdown. Oh, that's when she shaved her head and everything. I remember that. The 39-year-old has since said that having a conservator saved her career and is not seeking to end the conservatorship. She wants her father removed from the equation. Oh, she wants somebody else over it. While she was not granted that request, last year a court set her father and Bessemer Trust and co-conservators, and last month the court denied Jamie Spears' request to have sole control over the singer's investments, ordering him to work with Bessemer Trust to establish a budget proposal. Last week, the singer's attorneys filed a motion to hand over the sole conservatorship of her personal affairs to a professional, oh gosh, let me see if I can say this, fiduciary, Jody Montgomery, who temporarily took over that position in September 2019 when her father stepped down to deal with medical issues. Well, I think, her father done a good job. He had to step in. Britney was having a nervous breakdown. Do y'all remember when she got caught driving with her kid in her lap? and her kid was real little at the time, no car seat. I think it was a baby. He was a baby at the time. And then she shaved her head. I don't follow Britney Spears, so I don't know exactly what happened. But I did want to share this with y'all since we did talk about some hot topics sometimes. Let me see what y'all are saying. Do y'all like Britney Spears? You know what I always think when I see Britney? I was watching her the other day in a TikTok, and I've been knowing she's having drama with her dad. Don't she feel weird dressing all them skimpy clothes around her dad and stuff? Like, I don't know. They're in the entertainment business, so I guess it doesn't bother them. Britney shaved her hair off so they couldn't do her drug test the next day. Oh my goodness, Vicky, really? I think he should be paid something. He does do work to represent her, but that's just my opinion. The woman is not in her right mind, so someone has to do it. Is she still not in her right mind? He had to do what he had to do. If she's that adamant about him not being over her estate and stuff anymore, maybe he should hand it over to like a trusted company, take care of all of her investments and all that. Maybe he should, I'm just saying, maybe take a step back. I think he's done a good job. I mean, she even said it herself. If he hadn't have took over her estate, her career would have been down the drain. It was on its way down. Have you ever heard her without any, what's that called? Someone released a song of her. What is that crap? Auto-tune. It didn't have like any auto-tune or anything in. I think that's what it's called. But she sounded horrible. She really can't sing. I don't think she can. I liked her more after her breakdown. I think I would have if I was her too. Geez, yeah, you got to think about, like, she's been in the entertainment business since she was a kid. Look how many stars have turned to drugs, like kid stars. They've been in the entertainment business since they were kids. A lot of them turned to drugs. Drew Barrymore. She got on drugs and would drink and stuff. I'm too old to follow her too, Cheryl. I like some of her music sometimes. Crap, I can't even think of any new songs. I always like Christina Aguilera a lot better. Because Christina Aguilera, that girl can sing. She don't need no auto-tune or anything helping her voice. Chris Crocker is the Leave Britney Alone guy. I'm a genie in a bottle, baby. I like that song. Gotta rub me the right way. Yeah. You know what song I always sing to Chloe? Christina Aguilera's song, what is it? It's called, is it Fighter? I'm a fighter. I'm a survivor. I can't sing. She was 666. Yeah. Yeah. These kids sometimes, they're in the entertainment business, but they're being exploited, I think. Okay, what else are we going to talk about? Oh, I have an update. That sad, sad case from New Jersey where the little boy was killed by pit bulls. These pit bulls run around the neighborhood off leash, terrorize the neighborhood. People in the neighborhood had went to the dog's owners complaining because several people had been bitten by these dogs. These dogs run around like wild friggin' coyotes. Okay, so they dug their way under a fence, went into the yard of this little boy and his mom. They were outside playing. They attacked the little boy. The mom tried to save him. She was attacked, critically injured. The little boy was killed by the dogs. The mom did make it. She was in critical condition. I think she's doing better. But the prosecutors are not going to press charges on the dog owners. And the community is outraged. I'm outraged. This is bullcrap. Because let me tell you something. This owner knew how these dogs were. Why would you let your dogs run around the neighborhood terrorizing people? I don't even like for my dogs to bark at people. Like when the electric man comes up to read the meter, I don't like my dogs acting aggressive, barking towards them. If I hear somebody coming, I always put my dogs up. And actually, people had approached the owner and was like, hey, we're scared of your dogs. And the owner would laugh in their faces. You know, a lot of people will be like, oh, my dog won't bite. Oh, and you know what? Your dog may not bite you, but it will bite other people. It kills me when people say that, oh, my dog don't bite. Well, it might not bite you, but that don't mean it won't bite someone else. Okay, so prosecutors in New Jersey have declined to press charges against the owner of two pit bulls that mauled a toddler to death on March 16th. NJ.com reports that Santos Rodriguez unregistered dogs, Rocky and Logan, escaped from their home, ran into the backyard of another home where 3-year-old Aziz Ahmed was playing with his mother. The boys' family members explained that the dogs lived in a home directly behind the Ahmeds in Carteret, New Jersey. The dogs came under the fence into the family's yard. They dug their way in, and they weren't provoking the dogs. She constantly told the neighbors that these dogs are an issue, one relative said. The mother went to the neighbor 2 times to let her know the dog is wild. It's out of hand. And you know the owner laughed it off, other relatives said. So I'm wondering if both dogs attacked or if it was just one. The boy's relative said the dog's owner laughed it off when the family previously pleaded with him to do something about the animals. Here's the 2 dogs. Let me tell you something. This is totally the owner's fault. The owner failed these 2 dogs, failed the community. Um, if your dog keeps getting away from you, you need to do something to fix the issue. Fix your fence or something. Make sure you put them on a leash before you open the door. The 2 dogs ended up fatally attacking the little boy and gravely injuring his mother, who was rushed to the hospital in serious condition. So I guess both dogs attacked. Aziz lost his life when the injuries proved to be too grave, despite strenuous medical efforts to save him. Authorities who arrived at the scene shot and euthanized both dogs. On Tuesday, the Middlesex County Prosecutor's Office announced there will be no charges filed against Rodriguez. In this case, based upon information known at this time, it would appear as if no law has been violated. Thus, despite the well-intended demands for justice, no charges will presently be filed. Again, this decision is based upon the facts and evidence known to law enforcement at this time. Prosecutor Yolanda Sacone wrote, I think it's how you say it. Officials are now pushing for a change to New Jersey's laws on dog attacks. Currently, there are no state laws in New Jersey specifically for dog attacks. ABC 7 reports that Logan and Rocky were known as a menace in the neighborhood. Residents said the dogs had bitten multiple people in the area. Those pit bulls bit people all in this area, a neighbor said. I'm aware of certain houses, so I try to walk a different path when I know that they're on the block. Meanwhile, Coney Island Auto Parts, where Aziz's father, Tanvir Ahmed, is employed, created a GoFundMe page to help pay for the boy's funeral expenses. I never had the honor of meeting little Aziz, but I know his father, Tanvir, who is a hard-working man, and just recently moved his family from Brooklyn, New York, to New Jersey for a better life, the GoFundMe page read. So far, the fundraiser has amassed over $220,000. Don't matter how much it makes, it's not going to replace that little boy's life. It's pretty looking dogs. It's too bad that they were raised to be aggressive like that. When dogs act like that, it's the parents' faults. I was so sure that the owners were going to be charged. We talked about this on one of my live streams back when it first happened. And I was like, they're going to cuff and stuff the owners. Because, you know, there's proof that they let these dogs just roam the neighborhood, biting people. People had complained about them. But here's probably what happened. They have probably told the police, the owners of the dogs, has been like, hey, they ran out the door on me. I didn't let them out to roam. It was an accident. opened the door for something and they ran out. I guarantee that's what happened. That's why they've not been charged. Yeah, it's easily manslaughter. We had a couple here where a hybrid, half wolf, half, regular dog, killed a newborn baby in Abington, Virginia. Um, it was the couple's first baby. The dog had never, I don't think, bitten anyone in the family. I think it was aggressive towards other people. But after the baby was brought home, the dog got the baby out of the bassinet and killed it. And they did charge them for something. Kathy C. Cece, I'm always watching you, but just don't chat much. Sorry, I appreciate your hard work. Oh, thank you, Kathy. Thank you. I'm so glad you typed in the chat this morning. I love hearing from people that always watch me, but I don't know they watch me. I love it. Leave me a comment sometimes, Kathy. Okay, guys, I guess that's enough for our true crime this morning. Before I get off here, I just wanted to give y'all an update about our lovely friend Maggie J, subscriber, channel member. She had a tumor removed from her lung this week on March 30th. She left me a message in Discord yesterday evening, and she's all right. She's recovering in the hospital. I believe she said they had to remove some of her lung or something like that. So y'all please remember Maggie in your thoughts and prayers. And Maggie, if you're listening, if you need anything, just let me know. You can DM me privately in Discord. If you just want somebody to talk to, want to talk on the phone in the evening or anything, just let me know. I know it sucks being in the hospital, so if you want to chat, I'm all up for it. I'm here for you. We all are. Okay, so I'm going to tell y'all something else important. This is going to be my last true crime live stream ever. I'm not going to do no more true crime. We're going to do drama. Okay? I'm going to get drunk on my streams. I'm going to feed my dog scraps. And we're going to be mean to people and do drama. No more true crime. How do y'all feel about that? Damn it, Vicky. I'm trying to do April Fools. I'm going to get on camera. I'm going to tell y'all about how you can get 2 days wear out of your makeup without showering. I'm going to show you how you can go without washing your hair for at least a week. And, you can just spend 30 minutes putting baby powder in it. I mean, yeah, you could have washed it in less than 5, but I'm going to show you how you use baby powder. I'm going to cook for y'all in my tank top covered in dog hair. I'm poking fun at Miss Effing Wonderful a little bit. She kills me. Oh, by the way, guys, she has a message for all of us that criticize how she feeds her dogs. She says she don't give an F what we think. She will feed her effing dogs what she wants. No, y'all, I was just playing around. I was trying to do some April Fools. I knew y'all wouldn't believe that I was going to do drama. I knew it. I started to come on here and I was going to be like, well, guys, I got something to tell y'all. I'm leaving Mark. I'm giving all my animals away. And I met another man online. Y'all probably would have believed that more easily than the drama. Hey, Violet. Tendencies. Oh, I love your name. I've not seen you in a while. It's good to see you in chat. Anyways, guys, y'all have a great day. I'm going to get off here. I'm going to go outside and see if it's still freaking snowing. Can y'all believe this crap? Yes, it is. It's snow flurrying outside. This crap has got to stop because I'm wanting to get a porch swing and play games on the porch this summer with y'all. We're going to do a lot this summer because I'll probably be at home alone a lot, and we'll hang out outside with the dogs and all kinds of stuff. Cute picture, Violet, and cute name. I love it. Anyways, y'all, thanks for chatting. Thanks for your support. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Have a great day. Be safe, be kind, and peace.